And we are back live for a draft extravaganza partay. OBL season 3 coming up, and for the first time ever, teams had some hard decisions to make. The parties may have stopped in Koppel. The parade's already finished. All the champagne has been drunk. And now we're off to go to season number 3 in the Ohio Bocce League. I'm here. I'm Danny the Cat, Cat Tulo, the commish. I'm with G the Godfather, Romeo, and Queen Bee herself, Lee Chrisman, here to bring all of that draft insight analysis. What is going on with the Hellhounds? What is going on with SVBC? Now that Rock Delicio retired, we have to make all of these decisions together to say what these teams should do. We're going to bring all of our insight. We also talked to 6 experts, wanted to get their insight too. We're going to give you the top 5 of each position, pointers, hybrids, and shooters, along with we have some draft watch parties going live at home. Hopefully no one's going to be too disappointed, but there's some draft watch parties going live. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I know a lot of draft hopefuls are live and in the chat. A lot of fans are live watching in the chat. It's a nervous day for a lot of people, so let's try to be respectful. And we just appreciate being back. The off season for us, we work hard thinking about what we want to do and present, and we just want to welcome you all back to the game. Jimmy, he has been playing so Well, if that doesn't get you hyped up, I don't know what else will. Every time I watch that video, I'm just like on the edge of my seat, getting ready for some more sticky buns from our superstar pros.
Right? It does. It gets you all excited.
Gee, how excited are you for the draft tonight, buddy?
It's time! That's what it does. We're going to find out who's going where, what moves were made. It's going to be real exciting.
A couple big announcements to start. So we have been working together. And I think that's what makes the little partnership that we have here at the BBN, at the Chicago Bocce League, at the Ohio Bocce League, so special. Instead of working against each other, we work together. That's why both leagues are live always on the BBN. We don't conflict league night-wise. We work hard to promote each other because we believe that it's bigger than us, the game. We're trying to grow the game. And a couple big changes that I think are going to be so exciting for the sport. Number one, Chicago Bocce League, they are moving to 4-person walk.
I like it.
And going to 7-person rosters. So we actually got some news and notes coming up later, some roster moves going on in the Chicago League. But I have to get your opinion firstly. When you heard about the move, going from 2 and 1 on the side, moving over to 4-person walk, what about that form of the game are you excited to watch in Chicago?
Well, I love the 4-person walk. I love that they changed it. That being said, I did not like what they did last year at the beginning, and then it came to grow on me. I kind of liked it just because it gave exposure to some really, really good players. But I like the 4-person walk. I think they're going to get a lot more attention that way. That's why I like it.
I think, especially with the statistics, we can now start to compare apples to apples.
Yes.
Because when you talk about hitting percentages, when you play singles and when you play doubles, you shoot the ball less than when you are in our type of format, which was 4-person walk.
Right.
Because you can have specialists come in. You could always sub for a pointer to be shooting the next ball.
Right.
So there's a lot of ways you play the game differently, and you don't learn from your roll when you're only rolling one ball. Are you excited about seeing like who's the best of the best rolling and shooting wise between the two leagues?
Yes, 100%. Now we're going to put our money where our mouth is with these guys because there's been a little, it's to hype up the league. There's all respect in it. But now we're going to see, is Chicago better than Ohio or is Ohio better than Chicago? Are we going to have the dream match? Are we going to get on a bus, go on one of those magic vacations to Chicago? You know,
Listen, Gene, let's just say there's something in the works.
Wow, he's way
there's something.
ahead.
I kind of like it. There's something in the works. If we play the same format, same format, technically, if we get the right sponsor, wink, wink, you're out there. I know you're watching. We get the right sponsor, we could have the first championship between the two leagues. The two champions could
That
play.
would be fantastic.
It could be like American League and National League, the AFL and the NFL back in the day.
Yeah.
It's technically now possible because we're playing the same format. It just makes me so excited. Now, we could say that maybe they're taking that part and learning from us.
Yeah.
The one thing that we're learning from them and we're making some big improvements on the Ohio Bocce League side is the fan experience. We got to see in Chicago an unreal fan experience.
Yes.
What Alex has done with the club and all his team there, Alicia, Bridget, and all of them made such a great experience on the Chicago side for the fans to be able to watch. There's going to be some changes. We're going to be moving those benches back over to court 2.
Oh, nice.
We're going to open up that on the other side of where the other side of court 1, where it was before the players were standing. We're going to make that fan experience sections.
All right.
Jimmy, he has been playing so Baby Jimmy! Oh, it is one! Oh, baby! Welcome to the game. There we are. All right.
Blurry, but we're there.
Looking good. We're back.
We good.
All right. Sorry about that. We started talking about the Hellhound. Jimmy P came into the building and turned off the power.
Yeah. And I don't know. I was saying that somebody chirped in my ear about what was going on. And I was sitting there with my mouth open. Again, I didn't think the stats warranted what happened. And it just made me wonder.
All right. So listen, big moves from the Hellhound side. So Ray Brook, no longer a Hellhound.
Yeah.
Or at least available in the draft. They could draft him. Tony D'Onofrio, no longer a Hellhound. Yeah. Superstar hitter. We saw a lot of his hits and sticks in that draft, in that little OBL hype video. But I think the most shocking to me, Benjamin Diaz.
Yes.
Yeah. Benjamin Diaz. I mean, I'm just pulling it up. This is last year's stats. 4th best roller, percentage-wise. 77 for 105 over the course of 2 seasons. And he admittedly didn't have a great season 1.
Right.
Still 11th ranked roller. Now on the free agent market, why do you think Jimmy P, Rocco made the decision to move Ben? Is it to try to give him a chance somewhere else?
I think so. That was mine because we saw, remember how many times we sat in this booth. Why is Ben Diaz not playing? Why is Ben Diaz not playing? I think they want to move Jimmy P into the number 1 spot and draft another elite hitter potentially.
Interesting.
You know, that could happen. But Ben I think he'll get picked up tonight. He's got the material. He's got it all, you know.
Well, Ben's an elite player. That doesn't guarantee that he's going to get picked up because what we're starting to see, there's a big changes happening. And we're bringing the rosters up now on the screen so you can see it and who got kept and what spots are available now for the draft. The big change is there's a new playoff format. It's the double gauntlet. All right. So the 2 division winners, division winners will play each other at the end of the season for an automatic bid to go to the championship.
I like this.
Oh, wow.
And if you lose, you're back down at the bottom of the gauntlet. 4 versus 5 play. No longer does the 6 seed come in. 4 versus 5 play. The winner of that game, they're going to play a best of 3 against the 3 seed. The winner of that series plays against the loser of the division winners, and then that team will go on to the championship. So now, no longer are we going to see potentially these teams do full shift changes. Yeah. No longer are we going to see everybody play. And you know what? There could be some pressure if you got an elite roller like Ben Diaz on your sideline. And I'm wondering if teams are going to be thinking about that. Yeah. Is Ben too good for potentially for some teams? You don't want your lead pointer to be looking down their back the whole time thinking someone could potentially be taking my spot. And I think that's what these teams are going to have to make some very critical, big decisions because winning your division now matters way more.
Than the last
and you can't just sneak into the playoffs like the Flash did year 1 and make your way all the way to the championship.
Right.
Yeah. And so we're starting to see these like big changes. I asked Ben Diaz, I said, you know, it's up to you. I wanted to get a quote from it. I wanted to understand what it was like, you know, when he got the call from Rocco. And I thought this quote from Ben is very telling about who he is as a person. He says, it's a business. I understand that Rocco has to do what's best for his vision for the Hellhounds. And I've always tried to be a good teammate and give it my best every single time I stepped on the court. And that's all I can do.
Yeah.
And if you're an owner listening right now, if you're on the fence about Ben Diaz, I mean, that just shows you what a teammate, what a great person Ben is. Yeah. And I know we're all rooting for him along with all the other players to potentially get picked up. So I think Ben from the pointing side, I think Tony has a shot from the shooting side. Ray, listen, there's just so many rollers. It's kind of pick your poison. I know he was one of Rocco's favorite players. I don't know if the other owners are going to feel the same. We should, you know, we're going to find out. We also had a couple big news, right? So some players moving on. Freddie retired. So Freddie Saback is retired from playing professional bocce. He's still going to be playing in the circuit, but retired from pro bocce. And he has actually acquired some of a piece of the Mahoney Valley Hitmen. And he's going to be the first GM in pro bocce history.
Wow. I think that's smart. I do. I think that's very smart on his part.
You know, Joe wants to play. And for Joe to concentrate on playing, He now has somebody on the bench that's not playing. That the players aren't going to be like, oh, Freddie made the decision because he wants to come in, or what's going on, and Joe doesn't have to worry about, oh, this player's complaining about playing time.
Yeah.
Right.
Now he could go talk to Freddie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Go ask Freddie about that
And
one.
Freddie is, Freddie's one of the smartest in the game. So, I mean, Joe has that now, just that he can just focus on that, not thinking, am I playing? Am I going to put in as a sub all of a sudden? Do I have to roll? He can just focus on the game.
I love it. And we also have somebody taking a leave of absence. That's Dante DeLisio, also of the Hitmen. He's going to focus right now more on it. He has a lot of family things going on. I think for Dante, I'll speak for him. I know he had a statement as well. It's just he knows the level of play that he can be, his ceiling, and he just can't commit the practice time, the playing time to be able to do that. And I think kudos to Dante, this rather than take up a spot in the league because that Joe would never. Joe and him are close, and he knows that Dante brings so much to the game, not even just his playing, but he'd rather open up a spot for somebody else. So I think that was amazing from Dante. And then Rock DeLisio, he wants to retire as well. I don't know. He's Brett Favre. He might come back though. Rock, we'll see if you're fully retired when the right phone call comes with the right contract. But Rock DeLisio, Dante's father, also taking a leave as well. So that opened up another spot. And it's just going to be interesting to see what these players are going to go. All right, so we're going to be close up on the owners group text. We're going to be getting the first pick coming in soon. I just want to go over, I had gotten a list from some pundits. I've asked for who you thought the top free agents were. I'm going to give you what the pundits have said. I asked for a multitude of opinions. Here's what I got. And I want to see if anything on this list is kind of yes, no, maybe so, or if you got somebody else. I also got some highlight videos that we're going to play of some of these players as well. So pointers, this is what, the consensus said. I got Ben Diaz, number one. We just talked about him, elite roller. We know he's already performed in the OBL, and I think that matters. Number two, I'm going to show you his hype video right now. But Dante Micheletti joining the board, joining the free agent pool this year. Dante is a stud athlete just in general.
Dante. Mike was complaining, saying how it was hot over there in the corner, and now it's cold on the court.
Yep.
Dante lays another one in. He's rolling really well. He's rolled good all day.
He's played in the big games. He could shoot as well. I mean, Dante Micheletti, I think, has put himself onto the draft board from his elite play since he was young. He won the Slovenian home. I don't know. He was 15, 16 years old, won the Slovenian home. He's a young man winning tournaments. He's a great roller, an elite roller, and he put himself available for the draft. And I think that's why the pundits, have put him up there into the top spots. Number three, we got this is one I know pretty well. Close. This is my brother Angelo Catullo. He's number three on the list. So Angelo as a pointer, especially at Lorenzino's, I think Angelo is so dangerous. Plays a lot here, plays league here, a member of the club, and I think that's an advantage that he will have. Number four, you're going to know her pretty well. That's Queen Bee Lee Chrisman. A superstar roller in her own right, also available for the draft.
Nice
Stewie! Puts one on the pole. This is
and
my
then
favorite
what do you do
moment.
here?
I kind of like shooting. What do you think? Ball Paulino here?
Nah, Paulino goes back in the right corner, no good. I like her rolling. She's a hell of a roller.
Stewie has a chance if he could stick it, can make four. I don't even know why she's talking the ball. This is why I tell her she's no longer allowed to talk the ball. Because you put it in a position where you're going to make it. What a ball by Lee. Superstar roller. Also rounding out the top five, I got Jolene Marcello. Jolene in the top five. Honorable mention, again, from the voters, Sarah Monteleone and Luciano DeCenzi. And I was a little bit surprised on the Luciano pick. But I heard from more than one of them, they said, listen, your 6th, 7th player might not be playing a ton. You want someone that's going to be a great teammate,
Mm-hmm.
not going to put a ton of pressure on the people playing. And, maybe Luciano's social media skills can come into play as well.
Oh,
You gotta add
He got
value.
a lot of value to be able to add to a franchise. I mean, the guy brings a lot of pizzazz.
Yes.
Runs, one of the, the Bocce accounts out there on Instagram. So Luciano, I think for a multitude of reasons, not just his play, but the fact that he's such a great teammate. He's a great game caller, understands and sees the game really well. Obviously announces a lot of games at Wycliffe and at Club Molisani. So Luciano on this honorable mention list. Anybody else that you're thinking of, or what do you think about the list, Lee?
No, I mean, I'm not going to speak about myself, but I love the list. Luciano was a surprise to me as well. But I have to say I played against him up at the Alta House, and he outrolled me by a ton. He played great. But the other ones I wanted to say too, they expect a lot out of themselves, and if chosen, they're going to work and they're going to play well. And they're all great people, great teammates.
I love it. I got more hype videos for some of the players that we have mentioned and haven't yet. I'm just going to go through the list. No more hype videos. I'll do hybrids and shooters. The first pick is starting to come into the group chat. So the owners group chat. So I know the owners are listening. They're about to send me the first pick. I'm just going to go to hybrids real quick. Hybrids, number one, kind of surprised me a little bit from the consensus. Jason Bowman. What do you think about Jason Bowman? That kid is a stud, huh?
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It doesn't. I've seen him play for too long. He's grown in the game enormously. He's very good. Very good. And he calls a smart game.
And he could do both. He can roll well. He led roll out there in Salem last week. He got to second place. He could shoot well. I got another one here, especially on the courts of Lorenzino's. Number 2 is Anthony Del Torrio. What about Anthony makes him special, G?
Anthony can roll. He could hit. He's a good teammate. You've played with him up at Wycliffe. He can make the shots. He's won the league. You play with him, Lee, here. He puts his blood, sweat, and tears into the game. So, yeah, he's one of those guys who can make things happen.
So he wins a lot in league here. He does great in the best of the best as a singles player. So great hybrid on the list. Number 3, free agent after being dropped last year, Frank Popio, the Pope.
Everybody's favorite, right?
He just keeps finding a way to come back in. They thought he was out. He's trying to get pulled back in.
We're going to go through the draft order. We're going to talk more about where we think Pope is the right fit for. Just go through the list. We got Tito at number 4. We got Matt Murphy, who just won over down in Lowville and played with the Policaros as a hybrid Murph dog. He has a great stroke, great player as well. Bo Wetzel on the honorable mention, and Ray Brook as great two-way players. I think Bo's rolling, especially here at Lorenzino. And what I loved about Ray, and something they used a couple times, they shoots underhanded. And I have a player to be able to shoot underhanded can add another thing to what your team is trying to do. Moving on to the hitters, you'll know him well. And number 1, Mike Chrisman. Mike Chrisman's put in the work, G. Put himself up there to be thought about as a top hitter. Would you agree with this one?
Yeah, 100%. I agree. And I see another name there. We'll get to him. But Mike, though, he's put in the work. He's dedicated. When I was coming in, he's here already. He camps out. I'm surprised you guys don't have a trailer parked right here to a bocce.
We need a room in the back for him.
He is in love with the game, puts in a ton of time, great teammate, heck of a hitter. He makes plays. I'm sure you got highlights of him everywhere you go. Tournament winner. His resume speaks for himself.
Now, if you only watch bocce in the last 1 or 2 years, this name might not be number 2 to you.
Right.
But if you are a historian of the game, and that's the type of people I want to ask when I'm doing these rankings. They know if this player puts in the work that he could be an elite star in this game, and that's Lou Nacera. And we just saw like a refocus from Lou. Saw him win the belt out there in Wycliffe. We've seen Lou now showing up now on a league night. It seems like his son got a little bit older. He's waiting to put in the time. And those 5 a.m. bocce hitting videos, we might be starting to see pretty soon from the Lou Nacera camp. What do you think about Lou Nacera putting himself out there for the season 3? Wasn't available last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. He's putting himself out there. I've seen him here a lot lately, and like you said, in a lot of tournaments. He has a good. What I know about him is he has a good rapport with a lot of the players, especially in his area and everything. So like it's like a no-brainer. It's not like he's out there, nobody knows of him, and he has to fit in. He would already just fit right in.
Here's one for me that has started to make his name around the whispering halls at Lorenzino's. We have the little chatty sides, one side of the bar, the other side of the bar, little chats that go on after league night. Doug Augustine has been hitting and sticking so many balls in league nights. He's just making everybody talk about him.
Yeah.
He's become such a superstar. I'm interested to see if the owners know as much about Doug Augustine as those of us that are in the know at Lorenzino's. How you play here definitely matters. Another person we saw play well, put himself onto a roster, got dropped by the Koppel Gamblers, surprisingly for me, is Jonathan Vivo. I think that there's a spot in this league for Vivo somewhere. 80% shooter. From what the rumor mill was going on at Koppel was that Matt let Vivo go so that if another team wanted to move him to be a starter, he had a chance to be.
Well,
So I have a feeling that Vivo, at Koppel side, that might be a lock that Vivo just goes back there.
Oh, okay. I do see him on a different team being a starter. It's hard to put somebody like Jonathan with what he does on the bench. It really is.
And again, another one like Ben Diaz that has performed so well during the year. It'd be very difficult for him not to be on a roster. Number 5 is one of my favorite players, Jared Cooper, a young up-and-coming star from the Warren area. Honorable mention on the pundits list was Tony D'Onofrio, my hidden stick king. Put him in a body bag, Johnny. Tony D. I'm hoping Tony finds a spot that can allow him thrive in being the hitter that he is. And then Tina Hogue. Tina Hogue as an honorable mention hitter. Tina got some hidden sticks in her. There's so many other great players. We'll get to them. All right. The pick is in. A little bit late. Thank you for everyone's patience. I'm going to get into the pick here. And if we could pull up the dun 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 dun, that Cleveland Hellhounds are on the board, and the first pick of the OBL draft season 3 is Sweet Lou Nocera!
Wow!
Oh, bang bang Hellhound gang!
Wow!
You got a shot in the arm with Stewie. Now you got a booster shot with Lou. And with Lou, that's what you said, right? His career is focused. He was Shawn Michaels of the 90s, all about himself, attitude era. Now he's the Shawn Michaels of 2002. Found church, found his family, refocused. Lou Nocera, great pick by the Hellhounds.
Oh, you know what? There's going to be a little bit of an attitude adjustment.
Yeah.
I don't know if Jimmy P's going to be able to run the show like he has been, Lee.
I don't know. That'll be interesting. And then you got Stewie. Oh Lord.
I mean,
great.
Great. Listen, this is going to be.
It'll be fun for us.
This is going to be
going to be fun for them.
I think that's going to be a blast for the fans.
Yes.
You know what? The move of Ben Diaz obviously was to try to get an elite player like Lou into the shooting position. That's what they wanted. They wanted somebody to be able to lead shoot along with Rocco. They're going to get that in Lou Nocera. So between Rocco and Lou, they had 2 great shooters there. I think you mentioned it a little bit earlier, G. Jimmy moving down to the 1.
Yeah.
So if Jimmy's your franchise player, and the best thing that Jimmy brings to the game is his game calling and the way that he sees the game, and you can attest to this.
Yes.
And you can attest to this. Yeah. When you're lead rolling, you could see things so much easier than when you're playing in the middle.
Yes. Oh, yeah, 100%.
Those that are 2 and 3s, it's very difficult to be able to call the game when you're a hybrid. Right. You have to wait and see your own pressure shot, and you have to be prepared for rolling, prepared for hitting, and you don't get to be able to be down in the court looking at it from a different perspective than the rest of your team.
Right.
So I typically like my lead shooter or my lead pointer to call the game. I typically like, depending on your team's dynamics. Yeah. And I think moving Jimmy to the 1 will have a better shot now that Ben's out, where Bubba can play the 2. Now, Jimmy might yell at me and say, I'm playing the 2, and I'm a hybrid, and I'm going to be in the middle. And I'm
I got to make the pizza, shot. Danny. It's like making a pizza.
But, I like the opportunity for Jimmy to also play some of the 1. All right, so that was Sweet Lou Nocera.
Congratulations to Lou.
All right, so I imagine here they're going to go with the roller, and I got a roller here. I got a roller here that I got a highlight video of him. And I know he's not on this board here, and I know maybe he's not like, I'll call it bocce popular, but Nick Jennings, to me, is an elite roller.
Foos.
And if you know Fu, you know how well he could do. We're going to bring up his hype video here. We got a little video from Fu. And Fu could honestly, he could do it all. And he's a player that comes here, puts in the work at Lorenzino's. Yeah. He cares about league night. He's always here putting the grind in. I can't tell you how many times that like Fu and I have just played one-on-one games, trying to learn from each other. He's always there watching. Fu is a player I'm thinking about if I'm one of these pro teams on, again, somebody that's going to be excited to be in the league.
Right.
He's going to be okay if he's on the bench and not starting right away. He's going to want to learn, want to bring something else to the team. And I think Fu could bring a lot of that. And here's another one. He's also in the booth with us, is Michael Luceni. The guy won the rolling.
Yeah.
Roll the rolling thing. And listen, Luceni, if you want to talk about people like your husband, Lee, that have put in the work, Luch has put in the work.
Yeah.
Luceni's put in the work.
You know what I like about a couple of the guys you mentioned is you kind of mentioned it. They want to still learn. So it's not like they're coming into the game saying, if I was drafted, I know it all and I'm going to play. They still want to learn.
Yeah, and this is the type of spot, again, Lee, G, with like, okay, now we're starting into like the true bench spots of the league. Mm-hmm. I think someone like Luch would be like excited to learn from everybody.
Well, everybody thinks that 7 spot is a joke for some reason. It's not. Like, you can grow and move up, and you're that raw guy like Chris Chim has.
Chris Chim,
right.
Yeah,
right.
The alphabet.
Great. That's who you want, though. It's like basketball. Everyone has a role. Everyone can't be LeBron.
Right.
There's 5 spots, and he would be a great addition to a team. And, yeah, that 7 spot should be taken more serious, I think.
All right, so I just got a text from Luciano, my son. He said he got cameras on my brother. He got cameras on my family, got cameras on himself. All right, so he's at a watch party. Well, Luch could be bad. So like,
God, how many views?
Luch is on a pool party right now. I know he was like. I don't know if you saw the Instagram video of him at the Youngstown Italian Fest. I mean, the poor girl. She's like, "Oh, this is great about the bocce thing. I want to interview you." He goes, "No. You don't want to interview my dad. You want to interview me."
Yeah.
That's Luch.
That's
Luch.
That's Luch.
We got another roller here. One more hype video that I want to bring up, and that's you, G. G, you're out there for the draft,
G.
buddy.
You never know.
Listen. Oh, I love that you said a hitting video.
You always tell me I should lead shooting.
Listen, Alessio, he finally realized. Put him in the shooting. Oh, man, I love this. Well, shout out to the Bocce Bros. Some great footage here. And just a heads up for all of the new player jerseys, along with all the OBL jerseys, still exclusively sold at theboccebros.com. So make sure you head over to the Bocce Bros. If you are excited about one of these draft picks and you want to grab a Luna Serra jersey,
now's the time.
Then you got to be able to get it. All right, second pick. And it looks like it is in Angelo Sponge Catullo.
Oh, wow,
Nice,
Angelo.
Nice.
He's in.
Oh, he's such a baby of the family. It's always so nice, Angelo. Everyone's like, Danny, again, we got to hear him.
Oh, that's great.
The Sponge, Angelo Catullo, my brother, the youngest of the Catullo family. Welcome to the Cleveland Hellhounds.
Wow.
All right, let's see. Hey, Mike, I know you're in the mic. Hey, go to live on Angelo. Yeah, he'll just be getting it now. Yep. All
right. There he is.
Uh-oh, the Hellhound,
fantastic.
bang. And Luch, yeah. Wait, Luch, okay. Put him on, Luciano. He wants to be the star of the show.
That's his manager. That's Angelo's manager.
Oh, Rocco, I don't know if you knew this, but you drafted Luch too. And just in case Nico Vianney doesn't show, or one of your players doesn't show, Luch can be able to fill in for you.
That fast.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, I
That's a
love it.
perfect spot for Angelo.
Yeah.
Perfect spot. I mean, look at that roster so far.
So you bring in Luna Sarah, so you got to bring a little bit of, I
Mhm.
always think you got to have a little bit of the stick and you got to have a little bit of the carrot. Now you got Uncle Ann. She's going to be like,
That's
it's
right,
okay.
yeah.
Don't worry. Jimmy, don't worry. I know no
Yep.
one's listening to you, but I care about you. Uncle Ange, I think, is going to be fantastic on that
Perfect fit.
team.
Good
Yes.
fit.
He's played with Jimmy P. They
Yeah.
went far in Dallas together. He's played with Bubba. He's gone far with Bubba. He knows Stewie really well. Again,
Mhm.
understands what Lou. I think that is now like it's a different squad. But if
Right.
you're the Hellhounds, it hasn't worked, right?
Right.
It's not
right.
working. You have to make some big changes.
Yeah.
What do you think so far about the new look Hellhounds roster?
Kudos to Rock and Jimmy working in the office to make the changes that were necessary. I know it's hard. I know everyone has feelings, but this is, like Ben said, this is a business. And yeah, you got the high flyer in Lou, what he brings and all his accomplishments, and Angelo, up and coming, been around the tournament, played with these guys. He's a guy who will learn from Jimmy P and them. So great picks so far.
I love it. I love it. All right. We're getting into the Hitmen. We talked a lot about the Hellhounds. I mean, heck, they had the first two picks. We had to. All right. So the way the Hitmen's roster is constructed right now, are you expecting more of a pointer, a hitter, a hybrid with Trevisano, Nick Cap, really pointers? Nardone, he likes to be shooting second. We talk about that. James, a hybrid, can play the 2 or the 3
Right.
role. And Joe is a strictly lead shooter. Where do you expect them to go with this pick?
I'm thinking they got to go roller. I think they need another roller there because a solid roller. I know Nick Cap can do both. You can have him do both, but I would like to see someone who just takes the Pauline and just goes with it. I know they got Triv, but he could do both as well. Just a solid roller.
Got it. What about for? I guess when we've seen them struggle, it's almost like they've had like too many type A personalities
Yeah.
that want to get into the game, and they lose Freddie.
Yeah.
Going to the GM, he's not one of those.
Right.
And Dante has really taken more of a captain role, and now he's gone.
Right.
So is this type of player you think right now has to be like great bench player, rah-rah guy?
I have him in my
girl?
mind. I think they need to go with the consigliere, Judge Durkin. The guy puts in hours here. He's won leagues here. He's been playing since the 80s, back when Danny was still knowing what a computer was, figuring out how to be the CEO of a company, back at the old MVR. I think he would be perfect. He knows Joe well. He does fit that. He is a hybrid, but he knows the rolling of the courts. He isn't a type A person.
It is funny. I was looking at that list, and I understand where G's coming from, saying that they need a roller. I'm thinking they're going to take a hitter, but I'm thinking they're going to take somebody who, like you said, isn't a type A, like isn't going to rock the boat in that way. It's just they're just going to be the calm.
Joe already lost all his hair. He don't need
He doesn't need any more stress in his
he
life.
doesn't need any more stress.
That's why he said, just ask Freddie.
Yeah.
Just ask Freddie. Actually, in the group text, all right, the pick did not come from Joe.
Came from Freddie.
It came from Freddie.
Wow.
The
His
pick
first
is
move.
in. The pick is in for the Mahoney Valley Hitmen. There's going to be a new player in the league, the third new player in the league, Mike Chrisman.
Whoa, Mike Chrisman.
There he is. That's
How
exactly what I was
about
saying.
that?
Wow.
Nice.
How special.
That's
All right,
awesome.
Listen, you put in the work. You grind it out. I mean, how many times did Mike go to tournaments with teams that had very little shot to win it all,
Yeah.
and just ground it out, try to continue to get better and better as a player. He's a phenomenal, I think, teammate and an even better person. And to get somebody like Mike that has elite rolling and elite shooting on this courts, especially at
Right.
Lorenzino's,
Oh, yeah.
I think the Hitmen are getting a very fine player here.
You know, I mean, a lot of people don't know this. Mike Iamuri probably is one of the only other ones that know this. But the one thing about my husband is he doesn't care what anybody else does on the court. He's only worried, is he doing his job? I mean, everybody else could stink the whole time, and he wouldn't say, boy, I did my job, and they were terrible. He's just, did I do what I was supposed to do? And I think that's what that team needs.
It's a perfect fit. And I'll never forget, it was after Wycliffe. They had a tough loss, and he was just like, you know what? They played better than us.
Right.
They just played better than us.
I mean, he's been
And
an
like,
athlete
and
his
that,
whole life, so he knows that.
in
That's the
bringing
game.
that, I think I'm going to call it adult in the room.
Right.
When you got a team, I mean, no offense,
Yeah.
Nardone, Triv, Nicky Cap, even James could get a little excitable. But like you're bringing an adult in the room and somebody that has, again, put the time and the effort in. So very excited about Mike Crispin. And it makes me think about, as I'm thinking about their next pick,
It's a roller.
not only a roller,
Yeah.
but someone that we haven't talked about yet that is such a great player here at Lorenzino specifically is Mike Murray, and they have a very close relationship, him and Mike
Yes.
Crispin.
It's
Yeah.
a package
So
deal.
yeah,
Yeah.
Is it package?
maybe you're going Mike and Mike,
Yeah.
You're going with the Mikes.
Right.
So like, again, now you're talking, you want your bench to be sort of like that gang. Like,
Yeah.
you want to be able to hang with each
Tight-knit
other,
group, yeah.
tight-knit group to be able. That's what SVBC had last year, and I think that's why they did so well in the regular season.
Mhm.
Was they had, like, they knew who their starters were, they knew who the bench was. The bench was rooting on the starters. There wasn't any of those like too bigger, no
Right.
animosity, too bigger for us. And I think that was important for the regular season run that we saw from SVBC. And another team that really had it all set up in stone that we haven't talked about yet is the Wycliffe Barbarians. I mean, listen, championship is season 1,
Mhm.
championship in season 2. It's championship losers, but they got there, right?
Right.
Second
Yeah.
place. They've been the
Mhm.
championship twice. The way that Bob always sets up his roster and uses himself in more of a complementary role for the team. Again, it's kind of like where everyone's going to play.
Yeah.
And I think that matters when you're looking to have success in a professional league. All right, back up onto the Hellhounds because they just continue to pick.
Yeah.
All right, going. What do you think here? Another roller? Did they go shooter? Sweet Lou, Big Ang now on the roster. Who are you thinking about here?
I think they go with the roller.
I agree with you, Lee. I think they're going to go with a roller, a guy who, or a woman who fits, the chemistry of this. You got a lot of hype now. Now you have Angelo, but he's going to need some help to balance out all that
Poor
hype.
Angelo can't do it all.
I can't do it all. All right, guys, simmer down. It's only the first. Yeah.
A couple players that I'm thinking about here for the Hellhounds that I think would make a fit. I'm just looking at like those top, 15 to 20 players that were put onto this list. I think Jolene would be a great fit.
Yeah.
She can handle Jimmy.
Yeah.
So that's you have to be able to handle Jimmy. You want to be a hellhound? You want to be bang banging? Yeah, you have to be able to handle Jimmy.
Right.
I think Jolene's someone that definitely can. Another one that was on the hybrid list, but I think could play just the rolling position if you wanted him to, is Jason Bowman.
Yeah.
Can be able to fit well into that team. And Matt Murphy, another great player. And I know this isn't maybe a spot for a hitter, but if you talk to him and said, hey, there's not going to be a lot of playing time right now, but we want to see you grow, this could be a Jared Cooper spot as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested. I think if it was Vivo, I would have taken him where they took Lou.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think the Hellhounds were taking Vivo as a starter, or they weren't going to take him. And maybe it was between him and Lou. I don't know. We'd have to go ask Rocco. I'm sure we will before the season.
Yeah.
But I'm with you guys. I see more of a roller or a hybrid type in this spot here. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the chat and see. All right. So
Luch is giving us the business, by the way.
ooh, Luch Catullo.
Yeah. If you're in the chat.
He's spicy
what's
today,
he saying?
man.
He's spicy?
Yeah.
We got it wrong basically the whole time.
You know
We
what?
gotta-
I'm going to have Delicio and Jimmy tell him to settle down. All right. Pick is in, and
Dun, dun.
I think this might be the first surprise. This might be the first surprise, and I got news. I got news from Rocco. They have a Hellhound shirt to give away.
Wow.
You can guess in the chat right now who you think this pick is going to be. This is, to me, one of the big shocks. This is going to be a big shock.
Big shot.
It's going to be a big shock. That's all the hint I'm going to give you. Type in the
Type it
chat
in.
who you think it's going to be.
Oh.
We got a Hellhound shirt to give away.
You're not even giving us a hint. Is
Bang, bang, Hellhound gangs. I'm just,
Mm.
I am shocked. I'm not saying I didn't mention this player. I'm just saying I am shocked. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.
Well, they can pick somebody back up. Too,
Yeah,
right?
just
so,
say
yeah.
say the name who you think it's going to be in the chat. We're gonna give you one more minute to do so.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, I'm on the edge of my seat. This is the first one.
Wow.
Big Ang, I think was my brother. I think he was close to getting drafted at the end of last year.
Yeah.
So not a real shock that he's in the league. Mike, I think again,
It was
not
building.
surprised another
No,
year. The hype around
right.
Mike was building. Then he put in another year of great effort and great playing here on the courts, especially at the best of the best. And Lou, we saw him. He played at such an elite level 2-3 years ago that you're paying for his ceiling, for sure. So these three were not a shock. I'm just pleasantly surprised this person is in the league. All right, the pick for the Cleveland Hellhounds, Luciano DeSenzi.
Wow. Welcome to the game, Luch.
Wow.
The voice of Bocce now is in the OBL.
I now know why he turned down the BBN contract. We were trying to bring him over, trying to have him do a couple games, and this is why you didn't answer my calls, Luciano.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. All right, we have video on Luch. Let's go live to it. Yeah, put on the watch party. I want to see Luch. Oh, the text from Rocco.
Wow.
I love it. Let's go.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is
Wow.
the surprise of the draft so
Wow,
far.
wow. I tell you what, the Hellhounds did lose a little bit of their social media presence when they traded James Salvaggio. They're
Right.
now bringing a star of not only the OBL, not only a pro player,
They're gonna
but
compete.
I think somebody that can be able to bring some of that hype.
You're going to compete with the
Yeah.
Hitman now. We're going to see about that social media. I want to see that.
Interesting. Wow.
That really is.
Luciano DeSenzi. Oh, they pulled a big rabbit out of their hat with Ray Brook last year.
Yeah.
Is this Luch pick? You think this one's going to work, G?
Yeah, I think so. Like we said, you want a guy who's excited to be here, wants to be a good team player, can also play. Luch he plays on synthetics all the time.
Yeah, I
Club
was just gonna say
Molisani,
that,
this is
yeah.
perfect fit for him. He's going to bring a flavor. He'll be doing, I love his videos he does for Wycliffe and
Yeah.
Molisani, social media big. So yeah, BBN, we lost out on that,
Right.
but we got a good guy in the league. So congrats, Luch.
Oh, it's an interesting pick, but I'll keep going back to the format. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. What the Flash have, what Wycliffe Barbarians have, and what the Steel Valley Bocce Club had was great roster construction from top to bottom.
Yeah.
And I think that we saw from the Gamblers side and why they won the championship last year was how advantageous it is to have players like Chris Chim on your bench.
Oh yeah, 100%. What a player and what a teammate.
Chris is 2 for 2 in OBL championships,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah.
He's got 2 rings. He didn't have to throw a ball.
He's like Big Shot Bob, like
That's it.
Robert Ory, man. He just wins wherever he goes.
That's it.
But having a player like that, and I think that's something that Luch can be able to bring to the table.
Yeah.
All right, we're up on the Gambler side.
Oh,
I thought this was a safe pick. I think this is where Vivo goes back. Any other players you're thinking that the Gamblers might be thinking about here?
Go ahead, Lee.
I don't know. I like Levi really in the rolling position. I know he does both. So I'm thinking they take a hitter.
Unless they shock me and go Dante Micheletti,
Yeah, that could be.
I think they stick with Vivo.
I like
think
Nick Horvath Tito
Yeah.
in that spot.
it's gonna be it's gonna be either a couple guy, a PA guy,
Yeah.
because that's what Taylor does. He keeps in the family. Well, everyone was playing checkers. He told me he was playing chess, or he brings Vivo back to the party and says, "Here, buddy, don't worry."
All
Everything's gonna
right,
be fine."
the pick is in, and the least shocked I'm going to be Johnny Vivo. You're back in the league
There
with
you
Couple
go.
Gamblers.
Congrats, Jonathan.
All right, Viv, you're back, buddy.
Rookie of the year last year. I think so.
Yeah.
What was the point then?
Again,
Let me ask what that was.
I talked to Taylor, and when the owners did not know, as they were not re-signing their players, how many spots were going to be available.
Okay.
And so he wanted to give Johnny a chance to start. We talked to him about it, and he said, if you don't get picked up by the time we're picking, I will make sure you're in the league next year. but I'm going to give you an opportunity. He didn't know if maybe, there would have been more spots on the Hitmen or the Hellhounds. And okay, who knows who didn't get re-signed.
Right.
And then if there was a chance, if he gets picked in the Lou Nacera spot, he's now number 5 on the team, not number 7. And so I like that.
So you're telling me Matt Taylor had thoughtfulness in his getting rid of Evo and bringing him back.
Yeah, I think that
I love it.
I think that Matt is a pretty direct person.
Yes, he is.
And I think he does things with thought.
Yes,
even
I'm impressed.
So
I'm impressed.
I think this one is going to be the most. I honestly have no clue. But this pick, I had an inkling. I hear the rumors.
Yeah.
Sure.
I
we all
bartend
do.
on Wednesday night at
Yeah,
Lorenzino's. I heard about it all. I got some list that I've been kind of putting together in my mind of just people I've seen Freddie look at, I've seen Joe take a look at, and I think that this one is going to be a very interesting pick. This is a spot where Ben can go.
Yeah.
This is a spot that a woman roller can go.
Yeah.
Jolene, Lee,
Sure.
Sarah, even Diane. Someone here where I could see a woman roller get picked here for the Hitman.
Yeah.
I know Joe's not afraid to make a big culture change. I think that also Dante Micheletti is another spot here. This could be the team that he ends up getting taken with. It's probably coming down to either whoever they view as the top female roller, Micheletti for family reasons. I mean, Dante's going to bring a ton of fans here.
Right.
He is, his dad's good friends with Joe, of course. Or it's going to be Ben. And, we're talking about the top 3 roller last year, top 11 in the first couple of years of the OBL. I think it's probably going to be one of those 3 types of rollers.
Yeah. Which, again, I like the thought process, if that's their thought process there. I do.
All right. We got it going, and it is. I mean,
I love your enthusiasm, Danny. I do.
leaves
I
his
love
head
it.
hanging.
It's just I'm shocked here. I am. I'm shocked here.
Wow.
There's a lot of shockers.
I am very shocked here. And coming up to play for the first time in the OBL, Dante Micheletti gets drafted here.
Nice.
Yeah, that's well deserved.
Yes,
Great
very.
for him.
Dante Micheletti, again, a great athlete playing college baseball at Penn State Shenango. Now a semi-pro bocce player. Oh, man.
Great
interesting.
Fit. Great fit. Quiet kid, fun to be around.
Right.
Obviously a great player, but he's going to do whatever Freddie asks him to do.
You want him to come in and roll. You want him to come in and hit a ball.
Exactly.
Dante could be able to do that all.
Yeah.
And I think there is something to be said about having a younger player. Again, especially younger in experience, similar to what the Hellhounds have in Ange, to be someone there sort of watching and learning and growing into the game.
I think that's a beautiful pick for them. I mean, he kind of reminds me of my husband in a way where Dante expects a lot because he's an athlete. He expects a lot out of himself. He's not looking around and pointing the fingers at, the finger at other people. Very hardworking, can do both. Great kid.
By far the quietest, Micheletti.
Sorry, kid to me.
By
He's a
far.
man, but,
By far the quietest,
yes,
Micheletti.
yes.
And that includes you, Michaela.
Yeah.
By far.
So, 2 great bench, quiet,
Yeah.
going to bring everything they have every single time. And they're used to being athletes.
Right.
They're going to prepare every single moment they get called up,
Right.
going to be ready.
And they'll pump the team up. I mean, they're not going to be sitting, passive. That's for sure.
All right. So a team we have not talked about because they're last in the draft pick. So we went by cumulative season standing. So this is how you performed in regular season 1 and 2. So we had talked about from before the year when we did the draft. So right now up is the Steel Valley Bocce Club. I know Fish was shocked to not have Rocco be there, but he's not. They're not going to have Rocco.
Yeah.
So this spot here, they've been set up. They're the most symmetrical team for me. Ronnie, of course, is the first shooter.
Yeah.
Mike, of course, Rob, Big Rob's right. The buckets, of course, is going to be the hammer. Of course, Mitt is rolling 2. Of course, Sean is rolling 1. They got a great lead pointer in Jeff Paul Carroll as a backup.
Yep.
They got a great lead shooter and Nick Ottaviani. Now this is their hybrid position, right?
Yeah.
I think if you're a roller like Ben Diaz, you have to be disappointed you didn't get called by the hitmen, because I just don't see SVBC grabbing another elite pointer. Do you here?
No,
I don't either.
It's a hybrid. It's a hybrid
It
for
would-
sure.
Yeah, that would be smart.
All right, so as I'm going to go in the owner's text, I'm going to get the
Yeah.
pick. Talk about some hybrids. Who do you think is going to be the right fit here for Steel Valley? They've been so close. They have not been able to execute in the playoffs. What type of person do you think best fits this team?
And I was just going to say that they have the most pressure coming into season 3 because Mike put the target on his back.
Yeah.
The way they lost, the way they dominated the regular season, when the playoffs came around, where did the steel go? It melted. And like just melted. I don't know what happened, but so I think Fish was still one of the best owners in the league. The hybrid again that I keep saying, I'm sorry, I think Jack Durkin would fit beautifully with these guys.
He would be a great pick.
Yeah.
I mean, he's dynamite on these
Yep.
courts. I mean, looking at your list, honestly, Anthony Del Torrio, any of them. Nick Horvath, I just played with him this past weekend. He's a great teammate. Can do
Armstrong
both.
champion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great names. Like, Jolene would fit great on there. Well,
she's just not a hybrid.
She's just
really,
not hybrid.
Yeah.
Jolene would fit personality, but hybrid. Do they go Popio? Does everybody go Fear the band, Pope?
Do they go
back? Mike Robb has the relationship. They all do.
Yeah.
Does Pope get back in the OPL? I think that we might have hit the nail on the head there. I think it's Pope now.
Oh, you're going Pope.
Pope.
Oh, you're going
Go
interesting.
Pope.
That's Pope.
Yeah.
It's just that it's going to be an interesting pick here for me. Let's see if Fish has got it in. No, we have not gotten the pick yet.
No,
from Fish.
My sources tell me Fish is very calculated. He's going through his statistics. He listens to Lee's lines. He listens to Danny's cat out of the bag. I told him, if you want to shock the world, pick me. Shock the world and pick me. That's what I think.
A little bit selling on yourself.
I told him.
it.
I said, shock the world, pick G. he said, G, don't call me anymore. And hung up.
I don't know that would be a shock anyway, G. I'm giving you.
I'm just telling you. I think it would shock everybody if they just decided. I know I play with Mike, but Mike's like, yeah, G, love you, but you stay in the booth. You just hype everything up.
I love it. All right, Mike, producer Mike, give Fish a call. I don't know if he fell asleep. We got to make sure we get this pick in, or he will lose it.
No,
we don't want that. We don't want when they're only 6. They'll be illegal, out of compliance. You don't want the commissioner to slap you on the hands here.
No.
Come on, Fish. Let's get it in. All right, so I want to talk about that Dante Micheletti pick over Ben Diaz.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot, G. If it was you, would you have went Dante Mick, or would you have went Ben Diaz?
Yeah, that's a hard spot to put me in, but Ben he's been in the league, he knows, but I think Dante, I'm going to give Dante the edge because Dante's just as good as Ben. I've seen it. I've seen him win Lowville twice. I've seen him compete at the high levels. Not saying Ben has a resume as long as my arm too, but I think he brings more of an oomph, a more hype to it, where Ben's just, he brings the bad news and that's it. So maybe they were looking for more of a jump start, more of an emotion.
And if they were looking for somebody to take the last couple spots where they're just not pushing to get into play, Ben's been on the big, court there.
Yep.
And not saying he wouldn't be fine, but it's kind of hard to expect somebody to play in the big league, so to speak, and then be brought back and said, you're 6 or 7.
Yeah,
that would be
Ben
tough.
was a starter for the Hawks.
Yeah, that would be real
so
tough.
it's like
it's not going to be tough for Dante.
Yep.
Dante's going to be happy to be there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I can go and just talk about this from Ben's perspective. We've had, now 3 pickups already. There's always been at least a pickup per season.
Yeah.
Either someone gets dropped or somebody can't play for whatever reason, personal reasons, injury, whatnot. I think that the number 1 top free agent, if he doesn't get picked right here, it'll be Ben Diaz.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're Fish and you called him up and said, Ben, I want to draft you, and you have to just only hit for the next 3 months, Ben will just hit for you for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
100%. He would say, I can hit right now.
Right. Yeah, because circumstance we've seen in the OBL, circumstances happen.
Yeah.
Guys either can't do it anymore or yeah, they don't fit the team, and you get dropped, and there's pickups. Things happen.
All right, the pick is in. Someone that was in the league last year,
Oh.
but only for one game. Frank Popio.
He's back.
He's back.
I
ladies
knew
and
it.
gentlemen.
There it is.
The headband is back. The Pope is back.
Wow. Steel Valley Pope.
Frank Popio is back in the league and on the
Wow.
Steel Valley Bocce Club.
He'll be happy. He'll be happy with that. And Fish will make sure that he's reined in.
Oh, man. What a draft. Lou Nacera, Angelo Catullo, Mike Chrisman, Luciano DeCenzi, Jonathan Vivo, Dante Micheletti, and Frank Popio round out your draft list. And that looks like 5 new players that will be making their OBL debuts when we start up in late September. Wow, 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 wow.
Whoa.
Pope is back.
That one's not because he's not completely talented. I love Frank. I play with him all the time. I'm just surprised with the heaviness on that team. I mean, good for him because I know he wanted back. You know, he was ready to come back. I had a conversation with him. He was ready. And he's, you know, he'd be coming in at, you know, whenever they called him in. But it's a heavy team, don't you think?
I think what could help Frank is that this lineup's set.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like there is no debate on whether or not Frank's going to start.
No.
That lineup is set. If I know anything about the Steel Curtain,
Yeah.
they're going to
That's it.
play. They're going to play with that same roster,
Yeah.
at least with the starting lineup to start, unless there is some major disappointment from one of those 4 players. And I just can't imagine there would be.
No.
All right, so we have some CBL roster moves that we want to talk about, and then we're going to get into our deep analysis on the draft picks. All right, so let's first bring up the first ever free agent signing in the CBL. So this was not we're actually going to bring up Kenny first. I'm sorry. Kenny is getting called up from the practice squad for the Elmwood Park Eagles. So congratulations to Kenny. He's getting called up. I'm excited about that. Jesse Morris already got this news earlier as well. Jesse Morris, the gold medal winner with Gina DeBalzo.
I was so happy to see that she was called up. I really was.
She made some plays that just the hair on my arms were sticking up. I mean,
She's probably still crying about it because she was so
she
excited.
Was superstar.
Yeah.
Superstar at the Bocce Nationals. If you want to go back and rewatch some great play, go to the Bocce Bros on YouTube, and you can be able to see Jesse Morris make some amazing shots. She gets called up for the Bucktown Billy Goats. Dustin Holsinger gets brought up. Congratulations to Dustin from the practice squad. And how about this? Barstool Eddie from Barstool Sports is being brought up. So part owner and now from practice squad bringing up. So we got a little bit of a sports personality going to be a professional athlete. Barstool Eddie getting the call up. I love it. That's for the Beverly Jacks. And last but certainly not least, I thought this was first. I got the wrong production notes. This one is a big one here. All right, being called up. This is the first free agent pick ever. There was a lot of jostling going around for this gentleman. Tweed Linderman getting picked up by the Fulton Market Butchers. Love it. Congrats to you, Tweed. That's fantastic. You can check out right now what the current rosters are. And I'm getting rumors from Park Ridge Penguins. They're trying to make an interleague trade. They want to get
wow.
They're trying to get an OBL star. Gee, move to Chicago. Maybe you can play for the Park Ridge Penguins.
I do love the Penguins, but I like in Ohio. I like the seasons. I can't be in the cold of Chicago. That don't work for me. Ohio's cold, but it's better.
Well, listen, you know, as disappointed as I am that you, Lee Luceni, didn't get drafted, I'm excited because I get another season with you guys to be able to talk about bocce. So please don't move to Chicago. I need you. I can't do this without you two. Trust me. All right, let's talk about the draft. All right, let's go first. Biggest surprise out of all the draft picks. Gee, who do you got?
Yeah, it was Luch because you didn't even hear. He wasn't on anyone's boards. I don't even know where they just must have digged in the archives, watched him somewhere, and said, you know what? After the Hellhounds made their moves to get rid of guys or open up the space, they said Rock and Jimmy probably said, hey, we need more of a presence on social media to get out there.
Mhm.
Why not go with Luch? He's the voice of bocce in Cleveland.
Yeah. Lee, same thing for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I was shocked. Again, none of this is ever personal, like, oh, they're not a good player. It has nothing even to do with the
No.
play.
Mhm.
He's a Cleveland he's one of my, no offense, Danny, one of my favorite broadcasters.
Oh,
I didn't say you
Luch,
weren't my favorite.
now we are enemies.
No, I didn't say you
Every
weren't my
ball you
favorite.
roll, I'm critiquing.
But he's easy to listen to and everything. So I just he wasn't on my radar at all.
No.
There's so many great players that you had on your radar, you just never even.
Yeah.
Well,
never
yeah,
even
I
thought
get the emails of who came in. When I saw Luciano's name come in, I showed my phone to Rocco and I said, "What do you have up your sleeve?"
Yeah.
And he just smirked at me. So I had a feeling. I think most surprising to me is the Dante Micheletti pick. Not that he got drafted, because I think he was going to go to SVBC.
Oh, okay.
I think that he would have.
yeah.
I think he would have been their young hybrid.
Yeah.
Just knowing what Sean and Mike like,
Sure.
and no offense to Pope, but I think that he's probably going there if the Hitmen went somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I'm most shocked that Ben Diaz is on that pick, because it just I don't care what these team owners are going to tell me. I know how great Ben Diaz is.
Yeah.
And we have a top roller that is now available and in the league. And it just shows you the amount of immense talent that we have all throughout the league and how difficult it is to be able to make a spot. It's almost not guaranteed for, let's say, other than 15, 20 people. 15, 20 people
Right.
are guaranteed to be on a roster if you look at these lists. And
Right.
the other ones, you can
Right.
kind of say like, oh, I could see a case for them not being in the league.
Sure.
And that just shows you how deep the pool of players are,
Mhm.
even in our small geographical circle from Cleveland to Western PA and of course Toronto.
Yeah.
It's just that to me. All right, what was your, let's call it this. What do you think is going to be the biggest game-changing pick? Which pick of all these people you think are going to help make the difference to help a team either repeat for the Gamblers or be able to go to a championship?
I honestly, I would have to say the Hitmen's picks, both of them, because I think they're going to bring a different element to that team, whether they're playing or they're not. And when they're on the court, they're going to do a great job. I think that's the key right there.
G?
Freddie with the GM. I see where you're going, Lee, but I got to go back to the Hellhounds. They shuck up stuff. I love the pick with Lou. It's just going to be, it's like Lou and Jimmy, old times, Koppel, late at night, and then adding Angelo, who's up and coming, grind, been with these guys. I just think Rocco did a great job of, he said it isn't working. Nothing's working. They've been terrible in the league.
5th and 6th, yep.
Yeah, and now they're ready to take the jump.
I like that. I have to go with the team that technically didn't make a move, and that's the Koppel Gamblers. It's working.
Yeah.
Just like it's not working, you might as well fix it.
Yeah.
It's working, so I would say let's keep it going.
Sure.
With the Vivo pick. So I like what the Gamblers are doing. I am intrigued to see how Popio fits on the SVBC squad.
Yeah.
We've seen Mitt stay in for a lot of game twos.
Yeah.
Will Popio be, kind of jawing, chomping, champing?
I don't think he'll be John.
No?
No.
Okay. You think he learned his lesson?
He learned his lesson.
All right.
Yeah.
Fish.
I'm hoping. I mean, Frank's
hey,
stubborn, but I don't know.
You're talking with the fish. Fish will, as fast as I drafted you, I'll pull the plug.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we just want to say thank you to everyone that joined us today in the chat, and we're here for the picks. It's a pleasure for us three to be able to put on a show. We're working on other shows throughout the year to be able to put on, as well as the live broadcast on Monday. Hopefully you all appreciate it. We honestly, there were some picks here where we were shocked about.
Yeah.
But, being able to be the broadcast professional bocce live to each and every one of you is something that we don't take for granted. And so we want to appreciate and say thank you to everybody. I also want to talk about the one moment that went a little viral. We got 1,000 live devices. That's not people, that's devices for the World Series of Bocce on the BBN. If you don't think this game is growing, then you aren't watching. There are some special things coming to Bocce. All right, on behalf of Giuliano, the Godfather Romeo, the Queen Bee herself, Lee Crispin, you got the commish, D-Cat, signing out. And remember, welcome to the game. Jimmy, he has been playing so Baby Jimmy!